Connectra creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, Connect Together, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative, Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey, Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson, Friday Rotating Dance Classes hosted by Janice Lawrence and Joanne Cuff, and other initiatives including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's Growable program and our Perspective series. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at Connectra Society.
Okay, Bobbie, you can start.
Thank you. Pardon me. Thank you, Kassar. Excuse me. Sorry. So Happy New Year, everyone. 2023. Lovely to be here with you all again. And so I'm just going to set up my iPad so that I'm on gallery view right now. I can just see myself. And so welcome to the adapted seated yoga practice. So everything, for those of you who might be new to the class today, everything that we do today will be done seated in a chair. And I think that you'll be surprised about how full a class we can actually experience seated in a chair. And so let's begin, if possible, by finding a space where you're supporting your own spine. And so come away from the back of the chair enough so that you're able to sit forward on your sits bones. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms on your lap or by your side or wherever feels most comfortable for you. Feel free to close your eyes here. And then notice your alignment. Knees, hips, ankles, shoulders stacked over our hips. Our chin is level with the floor, tucked in slightly. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. Our attention moves inward. We're placing one hand on your belly, maybe noticing that as we inhale, belly moves out. On exhale, our belly moves in. Keeping one hand on your belly, take your other hand to your chest if you like, and maybe notice a pattern of movement of your breath between your upper torso and your belly. And then see if you can begin to extend your breath. And so paying particular attention to the exhale. So if we can make our exhale just a little bit longer than our inhale, this engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. At any point, if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. And then lastly, see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. So you might imagine that you just tasted something delicious. Or if you have a fur kid, you might imagine that you're petting your fur friend. And see if you can bring that same softness to areas of your body that you feel are tight and knotted. And so our breath is long and smooth and soft as we breathe in and as we breathe out. So just for a few more breaths, or as long as it feels comfortable, an invitation to keep this simple breathing technique flowing. And so if it's challenging to focus on the breath, an invitation to explore bringing your awareness to the sounds around you. So sound is always in the present moment. So I can hear the sound, the hum of the old fridge in our kitchen. I can hear the ticking of the clock in our living space. And maybe noticing the gentle tone of my voice, and in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath. So our old friend, our breath. And when it's ready, allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm, maybe noticing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Drop your chin towards your chest. And gradually blink your eyes open. So we are falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. And so you take a moment, notice that you feel a subtle shift in your energy. And so anytime we practice these simple breathing techniques, in a way it acts like a bridge between our body and our mind. And so moving on, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, and then shake your hands through yourself. And then reaching up to the sky, if you'd like. So maybe you can imagine we're waving to our ancestors, past, present, and future. And coming forward a little, waving to our ancestors, reaching up. And so I love to share the story about the woman I had in my class for a few years who lived to be well over 100. We were doing this practice one day, and she said, I feel like my ancestors are waving back. And then just like you're shaking water off your hands, let your arms soak up by your side. And then reaching up one more time. So reach up as high as feels comfortable for you. Pardon me. And this time on your exhale, making a ha sound, or a big yawn. Ah. Woohoo. It's yoga time. Okay. And so from here, an invitation to repose. So make sure your feet are placed evenly on your footrest or on the floor. Sits bones are sharp on the chair. Buddha belly is soft, spine is long. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms by your side or wherever feels most comfortable for you. Lift up through the crown of your head. So imagine, if it works for you, that you have a thread on top of your head and it's pulling you up to the sky. Our chin is tucked in slightly, level with the floor. And so from here, I'd like you to imagine that you're playing piano. So with your hands where you are. And then if you'd like to play a brain game, maybe moving from your thumbs to your pinkies. And then air piano. And then when you're ready, stretch your palms, extend your arms, soft bends, draw your elbows back. So stretch your palms, Soft best, draw your elbows back. So we're getting into our shoulder blades, working all the muscles in our arms. Stretch your palms. Soft best, draw your elbows back. And now when you're ready, circle your wrists in one direction. And then circle your wrists in the opposite direction. And then with your hands in front of you still, take your fingertips together. So touch your thumbs. So they might touch or might not. So as long as we're moving in that direction. So you might even make soft fists. Stretch your palms, fingertips to your thumbs. And stretch. When you're ready, release your arms down by your sides. Spiral your palms open. Bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. So repeat this a few times. Sitting up tall, spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. And so let's roll our shoulders back and down. Soft, organic movement. So this is not meant to be a big scrunch up towards our ears. And maybe alternate from side to side. And reverse the direction, forward. Shake out. And so let's go for a yoga swim. And how about backstroke? And breaststroke, whoosh. Side stroke. Other side. Big morning stretch. And how about butterfly? And then relax your arms down by your side and rest your hands on your lap, palm up or down as desired. And then take a moment to notice how your breath. You notice any subtle sensations. So from here, let's bring some movement to our neck. And so bring your chin down towards your chest. And then looking up slightly. So maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And moving our head up and down gently. And then as you're ready, turn a soft gaze, looking just past your shoulder. And then move from side to side. So as if nodding no. And so it may come to that place that feels comfortable for you. Bring your head back to neutral and then take one ear towards your shoulder and move from side to side. So when you're ready, bring your head back to neutral. So we've moved our cervical spine through its range of motion. So now let's move down along the spine. So we'll keep that going. And we'll come into a movement called cat and cat. So simple, gentle movement with your hands on your lap. On an exhale, draw your sternum in. So it's as if your sternum is moving towards the back of your rib cage. Arch your back. On inhale, or pardon me, that was round your back. On inhale, arch your back, Lift your sternum, move your sternum forward. On exhale, round your back. As you round your back, draw your belly in towards your spine. So hands naturally move in towards our hips as we arch our back. And hands slide towards the knees as we round our back, drawing our belly in towards our spine. So moving in your own time and rhythm for a few more breaths. So move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that your movements and your breath become one. And when you're ready, come on back to neutral spine. And then reach one hand towards the floor so you can hold on to the opposite side of the chair for stability. And then move from side to side. So shoulder lined up with shoulder. And it might feel good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other. And then as ready, come on back to neutral spine. Rest your hands on your lap and we'll come into a gentle twist. So turning your gaze, a soft gaze, just past your shoulder. Lean into a gentle twist as you slide that same hand again towards your head. And then twist the opposite direction. And so this is a gentle twist. We're not going to our full range of motion. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. And take a moment, notice how you feel. Notice how's your breath. Do you feel a little change? So paying attention to subtle sensations. So from here, draw your hands in towards your hips and then circle your heart forward and then circle back. So your movements, your circles might be a little bigger than mine or smaller. So move in your own time and rhythm. And as you begin to feel your hips and your lower back soften and release, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So shoulders move towards our knees. Of course, we're not going to come all the way down. And then as ready, reverse the direction. Bring a gentle awareness to the space in front of you. Bring your awareness to the space beside you and notice how that makes you feel. Bring your awareness to the space above you. And especially an invitation to take your awareness to the space behind you. And an invitation to moving away from me to we, to trust that we are being supported. And then slowly come on back to neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side. Take a moment. Let your breath settle. Notice any subtle sensation. And so from here, I'd like to come into a practice called Breath of Joy. So it's early in the day still, so we want to energize a bit. And so Breath of Joy, the way we practice is inhaling 3 times through our nose. And of course, if you're congested or you have an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can. But if possible, we're inhaling through our nose 3 times, and then it's a big exhale. And we can add arm movements to this if you'd like. And I'd like to make sure that there's nothing close by that you potentially whack your hands on. And so we are going to bring our arms up front, out to the side, and then up front again. So here we go. Inhale, 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 and 2 more rounds. Breath of Joy. Inhale, 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 and 1 more time. Inhale, 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 and a little shake. You might take your hands apart a little, maybe notice the heat or warmth between your hands. Oh, okay. So moving on, I think from here, I'd like to come into sun salutations. I think we're going to jump right in today. So I'd like to invite you to come into your mountain pose. And arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky. So it's a gentle back arch, bend from your shoulders. Take a look between your palms. If it doesn't create tension in your neck, then return your gaze on the front. Hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. So you might take hold of the side of your chair. Walk your feet forward a little bit if that's helpful. Then when you're ready, rest your forearms on your lap, push down through your inner heels. So this might be an energetic pushing. Place your hands on your knees to your thighs. Draw your elbows in towards your torso. Lift your sternum, lift up through the crown of your head. When you're ready, as you slide your hands towards your knees, round your back, draw your belly in towards your spine. Inhale, arch. Lift your heart, lift your sternum. Exhale, round. As ready, moving with your breath, going back to neutral spine. And so from here, I'll come into a pose called Warrior One. And so it might be that you are visualizing the movement today. So if you're not doing the movement physically, I'd like you to feel as though you're doing it. So imagination is powerful. You tuck your toes underneath the front of your chair. And yeah, you need to be forward in your chair quite a ways to do this comfortably. Add your opposite arm if you'd like, reaching up to the sky. So elbow can be bent, palm forward, so you choose. Warrior One. Float your arm down, step your foot forward, hinging from the hips. So lead with the heart, not the head. Come into a forward fold, spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. And maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. So let's come into one more round. Arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart center. So moving with your breath, reach up to the sky. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. Take hold of the underside of your chair, tuck your chin in. Pushing down through your inner heels, rest your forearms on your lap. Place your hands on your knees, your thighs, draw your elbows in. Lift your heart, lift up through the crown of your head. On exhale, coming into cat and cow, as you slide your hands towards your knees, round your back, draw your sternum in. So as if your sternum's moving in behind your ribs, at the back of your ribs. Inhale, arch. Exhale. Moving with your breath, come back to a neutral spine. Coming into warrior one on the other side. Tuck your toes under the chair. Add the opposite arm if you'd like. Reach up to the sky. Warrior one. Float your arm down. Step your foot forward, hinging from the hands. Spiral your palms open. Reach up to the sky. And maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the body. Place one hand on your belly, the other on your chest. And maybe notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Oh, so a little shake out. Woohoo! Wiggly fidgets. All right, so let's come into the movements of the spine. So we'll start with a side bend. So I'd like you to sit up tall, take hold of the underside of your chair, release your opposite arm by your side, spiral your palm open. So I'll give a few variations of this. So, and if you have shoulder pain, shoulder stuff going on, it might be that you just take your hand to your shoulder. So you can watch me first of all if you want. If your shoulder's okay, it might feel comfortable to reach up and over. So I'm really going to encourage you, if you're going to reach up and over, not to let yourself collapse forward. So roll that shoulder back, reach up and over. Alternatively, it might be that it feels good to place your hand at your hip. So I'd like you to think of your yoga poses, movements as a buffet. So you choose whatever appeals to you the most, or whichever is the best fit. So here we go. Sit up tall. Take hold of the underside of your chair wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. Release your opposite arm by your side. Spiral your palm open. So have a soft bend in your elbow. Today I'm going to take my hand up to my shoulder. You take yours wherever feels most comfortable. Come into your side bend. Turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck, and then breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And slowly come out of the pose on this side. And we'll come into it on the other side. So it's ready. Take hold of the underside of the chair. Release your opposite arm by your side. Spiral your palm open. Take your arm to your place. Come into your side bend. Keep your sits bones on the chair. And then turn your gaze down towards the floor. And come on back to a neutral spine. A little shake up. Okay. And so I'd like to come into an intense sideways stretch. And so I don't think I've taught that particular version of a side bend in this class, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that today, and we'll see how it goes so we can explore this together. So of course you're sitting up nice and tall, and now I'd like you to bring your forearm down to your thigh, palm face up. Reach your opposite arm up, out to the side, spiral your palm open. If it feels okay for you, bring your arm up along your ear, or it might be shoulder, whatever works for you. And then turn your gaze wherever feels best for you. So it might be on the floor, maybe on the horizon, maybe turning your gaze up. Intense sideways stretch. And release. Okay, so come on back to neutral spine, and we'll come into this on the other side. So I'm curious how that was for, I can see several of you. Is that okay? Okay. So forearm on your thigh, reach your opposite arm by your side, spiral your palm open. So you're taking your arm up and along your ear, or maybe elbow is bent. And turn your gaze wherever feels most comfortable for you. Keep your sit bone on the chair. And release. Whew. Now we'll shake up. So intense sideways stretch. And so from here, let's get into a seated twist. So again, I'm going to teach a couple variations. And so for today, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands into prayer pose at your heart center. So you might press your thumbs into your sternum, lift your elbows, and then when you're ready, take your elbow down to your thigh, lift your opposite elbow up towards the sky, and then turn your gaze up if that feels okay for you. When you're ready, come back to your neutral spine, and we'll come into this on the other side. So hands together, bring your elbow down towards your thigh, lift your opposite elbow up towards the sky, turn your gaze up if that feels okay for your neck. So really press into your palm. And come on back to neutral spine and release. Little shake out. So let's come into another version of the seated twist. And so when you're ready, sit up tall, lengthen your spine. So create space in your vertebrae. And then reach your opposite or your hand across your opposite near thigh. The other hand comes beside you or behind you where you can reach comfortably. And so you can see we're already into the twist at this point. So there are a few contraindications. If you know you have arthritis, osteopenia, this is your pose today. You don't want to go deeper than this. Alternatively, if it feels okay for you, if it's safe, inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, going into your twist, beginning at the base of your spine, moving up one vertebrae at a time. So our head turns last. Close your eyes softly, focused inward, or soften your gaze. And when you're ready, slowly unwind, come back to neutral spine. Take a moment, and we'll come into the pose on the other side. So inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. So if you want to go a little deeper, breathing in, lengthen your spine, exhale, twist. Soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. And release. On back side. So let's move dynamically. So we're going to inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, and then twist. Reach up and twist. Reach up and twist one last time. Big reaching up to the sky and twist. Oh. And then come on back to neutral spine. So the side bends twist, pretty intense spinal movement. So we need to realign our spine. And we can do that with the seated forward fold. And so again, there are a few contraindications for people with spinal conditions such as osteoarthritis or osteopenia. So you don't want to go into a really deep version of a forward fold. However, that said, to my knowledge, going forward 20% is safe for most people. So you are the expert on your body. And so really want to encourage you with a little bit of yoga philosophy. And so one of our first principles in yoga is ahimsa. And ahimsa speaks to non-harming. So body, mind, and spirit. And so with that in mind, take hold in the underside of your chair. Hinging from the hips. Lead with the heart, not the head. Come forward. So it might be you're coming forward 20%. This might be your forward fold today. Alternatively, if it feels okay, you can rest your forearms on your mat And actually, I forgot, if you want to place something along your tummy, that a little blanket or mat, that can be helpful. So let your head hang slightly to release your neck. So you might nod yes and no. And then breathe into your lower back. So you might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. Notice how you feel in the forward bends. So forward bends typically are calming for our nervous system. And then it is ready, come out of the pose. So you might push down through your inner heels. So an energetic pushing down if you like, one hand on each of your thigh. Come on back. And so today I thought we'd revisit some breathing techniques that I haven't taught for a while. And so one of them would be lion's breath. And so some of you might remember lion's breath. And so essentially how lion's breath is practiced is with an inhale. So imagine you have feline, you have paws, drawing your hands in towards your hips. Inhale. And then as you exhale, your tongue comes out as far as you can on your chin and your eyes roll up. And so we'll practice this 3 times together. So lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale. Oh yeah, and our hands come out. Our paws. So 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. And you wipe the drool off your chin. And so I think from here, we'll come into a practice called 1-to-1 ratio. So this is when we bring our inhales and our exhales so that they're the same duration, length. And so I'd like to cue you with a count of 4 on the inhale, count of 4 on the exhale. So make sure that you're sitting up comfortably, without nice and tall. We tuck our chin in slightly. This can help with our breathing. And so begin by taking a nice inhale through your nose. And exhale. And we'll begin. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so if you find that the breathing, cueing that I'm doing doesn't work for you, breathe in your own time and rhythm. Some might be less, maybe doing 3 in, 3 out, maybe more feels comfortable for you. So I'll just continue for a few more breaths. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And maybe noticing a subtle shift in your energy. Oh. So from here, I'd like to invite you to place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center, and to breathe in between your hands. And then take one hand to your armpit, place the other hand on your shoulder. Let your chin drop towards your chest, your shoulders round towards your front body. And so this might feel like a lovely bear hug, and I love me hug. And then place one hand on your heart center, the other on your forehead. Take a few breaths here. And release. So I'd like you to choose whatever placement of your hands felt the loveliest for you, and take a few breaths there. Okay. So when you're ready, I'd like you to place one hand on the other at the top of your rib cage. We're going to come into another movement that's calming for the nervous system. So you can lean back in your chair for this piece if you'd like. And then massage your belly. So you're moving clockwise. So soft Buddha belly. And then when you're ready, we are going to come back into the chair, sitting comfortably, and just for a few moments, a short guided meditation, and then into your final relaxation. And so place your hands, palms face down. So palms face down is actually a hand gesture called the hand gesture of calm abiding. So that's from a Buddhist perspective. And draw your hands in towards your hips. Look down and into your heart. See what you can see. And then breathe into your heart. Breathing in. I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And so we'll just sit and take a few breaths together with a gentle reminder. Breathing. And so come into whatever comfortable sitting position you'd like for your final relaxation. And so I always like to have a little blanket nearby. So if you place a blanket on your thighs, this can encourage a grounding sensation, so a little bit of weight. Doesn't work for everyone. I sometimes like to place a rolled yoga mat along my spine. If you have the ability to recline in your chair, go for it. Making sure that your head and your neck is fully supported. And so this is meant to be a deep, conscious relaxation. We're not meant to fall asleep in it. And so when you're ready, close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you. Or soften your gaze. So your gaze might move downwards 3 or 4 feet in front of you on the floor. That can be calming for our nervous system. And so soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone, quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose, serenity pose. Relax your jaw. And clench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows, wide forehead. Silently, if you like, on the inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. It's challenging to calm the mind, placing our hands on our Buddha belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. Without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body. Thank your body again. Our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet, waking up. Rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs if you like. Come on up seated comfortably to finish your yoga practice. And so if you'd like, you can take your hands to your heart center, lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. Take a moment to honor yourself and each other for showing up for your yoga practice today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. And so notice how you feel before and after. Whoa, husband just arrived. So the teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. Thank you. And thank you to Kasar, my wonderful tech host, and Connector and the Disability Foundation for providing this opportunity for us to practice yoga together. And so I'm going to hang out for a few minutes after class. I'll move into the iPad a little closer. And so feel free, any questions or feedback. Closer.
Happy New Year. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, thanks, Marty. Thanks, Donna. I'm just going to come in a little bit.
Nice to have you back, Bobbie.
Hey, nice to see you, Kim. Yeah. So are you guys off to fitness? Am I going to see you tomorrow for Connectra, Kim? Or not Connectra, but Eco Wisdom?
I think we only come the first Saturday of every month. I think that's the way it works.
I think that's tomorrow, isn't it? Or not tomorrow, but anyway, never mind.
Weekend.
We're mixed up too, Bobbie. You know what? It's in the holidays. I could barely tell you the date or the day of the week last